Okay. All right. Hey, welcome. I'm checking out the other camera we're working with. Welcome to the Destry Wade channel. Homeless Surfer threw me off as it came on, but anyway, glad to be back. Glad to be back. Things are rolling. Things are rolling. We're getting things happening. Feeling very positive about how things are happening. And again, I want to bring that positivity to the day. So hopefully everybody will get feeling as good as I do today. So had allergies for a few days. It really knocks you out. It feels good to feel good, for sure, right? So yeah, I'm really enjoying feeling good. Got my got my little thing here on there. You always see my little green light. Cool. I'm learning how this stuff works. You know, I think like any other tool you work with, the longer and more you do it, the better you get with it. So hopefully I'll get real good with this thing. I'm trying over here. I got my little camera thing going. Here's that. We're gonna use that to kind of take different angles, and I'm gonna play with some editing and see what happens with a couple different angles going, and then we're gonna take this outside and do some playing around today as well to see if what kind of work we can do from there. Hopefully, we can get to an outside venue in the long run because that's where I want to go. It turns out, and this is one of those things that this turns out to be a setback, is you got to have 50 viewers, no, 50 likes. And oh, by the way, please like and subscribe. I really need you guys. Comment. Love you to. I'll read them. I promise. I love looking at them. So please like, subscribe. I keep forgetting to do that part. I guess I just assume we all know that. Because when I watch somebody I like, I just do it because I know they need it. And it really does. It's crazy. Those numbers on the algorithm and stuff make it all work. You know, that's how they find out there's 1,000 people watching me, and basically they're 40 to 60, and we have a demographic, and they have people that want to reach that demographic. And the way based on what we're talking about business and things like that, investing, savings, AI, they're all good categories for me. So when I get up to those levels, they actually pay you for this. It's crazy, but I think it's great because it's a way that I think people that don't have opportunities based on their physical conditions anymore can get up and do something, a little something. Because I can get to this chair, hit the play button, and then do the download thing. And yeah, it's cool. I love it. It's building slowly but surely, and I'm not in a hurry. Geez, what am I going to do? I'm sitting here waiting anyway, you know. So it gets me motivated to get up, take a shower, feel better, even though it was cold today again. This place. So anyway, looking at you over there. Take the camera too, please. Camera one. All right. Camera two. No, camera one. All right. I like this. I like this. I need a partner, it's just like Wayne's World kind of thing. Be way funner. Because I don't play guitar or nothing like that. Oh, see? And I get these glitches in my screens too. I don't know if they show up. I haven't watched them on lately on the YouTube, but I have to start because I want to really know how this audio system is working. Um, it sounded good last time, but God, I think if you go like this, it really sounds better and you get better results out of it. And it's probably something I need to get used to holding like this because when you go outside, I'm pretty sure based on what I've experienced with this so far, is it's important that the closer you keep it, the more sound restrictive it is. So you don't end up catching all outside noise. They do have noise reduction, which is amazing. Like I said, this thing was $20. So so far on our budget, as the homeless budget goes, we spent $20 on this, $20 on the stand. We're about $100 into it with the Chat GBT and the art, one art that we had to get. What else? And yeah, and now and well, I was just messing with it today. Open art. I said open art. I said that. Okay. Yeah. So we're doing good with those things. And that $100 has got us all the way up to this level, which I feel like more pro because we have better audio. We're now able to attach the two computers and phone together so they can download from there to here, which is awesome because then when we get outside and we can do the same thing, it's gonna be great. And I'll do a little cutting and splicing, it's kind of make it a little more entertaining as far as um, life experience, watching it, live it. Some people are stuck at home, so I'll go out and we'll go out and play. We'll go out and play together. It's cool. I'll go outside and show you what it's like, looking like out at PB and La Jolla and all the beautiful beaches I love to go to. So that's that's in the works. I'm just basically now equipped to do it. I'm nervous. It's another jump. Here we go again. We got to make another jump. But and every time, man, I swear to God, you get that first jump, you feel pretty good, but then you look at the next one, you go, oh man, that's a little bigger. Oh man, I have to muster up the go, and you just do. You can't sit around talking yourself out of it. Talking yourself into it is never going to happen. You just got to do it. Just freaking do it. So if you want to set up a YouTube channel or you want to monetize YouTube, just do it. It's not impossible. It's going to take time. And like I said, I'm listening to these guys that have been on YouTube and they're making a living at it, but they've been there 3, 4, 5, some of them 7, 8 years. It's a slow build, but it's not. I'm not in a hurry, and I'm terrible at it so far. There's a lot that I think I need to work on. I really believe in the future. YouTube is kind of television to the next generation or our generation because we can pick what we want to watch. There's, in our day, you watched one channel and you were stuck watching what they wanted. But if you like shows about how to arrange flowers, you had one on a Saturday afternoon, right? That was it. Now you can go. I want to watch shows around arranging flowers. Wham! 20 days worth of stuff, and they just keep loading it anyway. So it's non-ending access to the channels and the subjects that you have interest. I find myself interested in van life. I watch a ton of van life stuff. I don't know why. I was going to go boat life, but then someone pointed out that when you're on a boat, like even when you live in a harbor, when boats go by, the boat still goes up and down. For a surfer, it's kind of weird to say, but I get so seasick on boats. So I realized at that point, boy, that's one of those things you got to learn to observe before you jump on certain things because you might find yourself deeper than you wanted to. And that was definitely one of those things, the boat living idea. But anyway, so progressing forward, we got some of these stories coming out. Just want to show you a couple here real quick. I got like for instance, Jane Grey. You can see that. Oh, I don't know. That one you can see better. Wow, look. I point it that way. Yeah, a little better. But there's the book. That's the ebook. I got the ebooks going. So here we go. Jane Grey are out on a blowing out surf day. And that's what Jane Grey's motivation to me is kind of just going through the lifestyle that we had growing up on the beach. It was simple and pure. It really was. Not until high school when we ran into the dope and shit did we have any thought of anything stupid. We were just out there chasing around water slugs and just stupid stuff, man. Finding caves that we thought were pirate caves and stuff down in La Jolla. Not knowing that the water might come in and eat us at any time. We didn't even understand that yet, but we kind of grew up there, so we had an inkling of what not to do, like get caught in the cave in the water. So survive those, but yeah. So the stories are meant that way, and that's the point of the business was to sell books. Like I said, I came onto this thing because of two reasons. I wanted to promote the idea of selling books primarily, so that hopefully I can build an audience here enough just to support my book journey. Because I think most of the people who will be watching this are going to be grandparents, young grandparents, even some older grandparents, or maybe great grandchildren. My mom's got great grandchildren coming in now, and she's just hitting 78, so she's not even that old. So it's my market. So that's who I want to talk to, and I'm going to use this to do it. And then, hey, what the heck? Let's chat. I pretty much sit alone, and I don't want to sound pitiful, but it is pitiful. Just sitting home doing nothing, watching TV, watch YouTube. I'm learning, man. I haven't learned so much since college. Seriously, watching YouTube. Some days I'm in the mood for a camera two, camera one. I'm driving nuts with that shit, huh? Anyway, sometimes I'm in the mood to just sit home and watch TV, but I'm not really. And going out, it's not a real friendly world anymore out there. I say hello to everybody. I say good morning to everybody. I'm the guy that says good morning. I love seeing people. I love being alive, and I want you to know it. I'm glad I'm here. Shit, like I said before, I've left here 4 separate times. They sent me back, so I'm gonna dig being here. I'm enjoying for the first time in my life. Instead of in my mind that the enjoyment or the reward is at the end of the road. I'm going to enjoy walking the road Forget what's at the end of it. It's there anyway. Slow down. Enjoy the flowers along the road. Enjoy how pretty the sidewalks have been laid, especially where I live. I live in San Diego. Got it made, man. The beauty of the city is in full bloom in San Diego year round. Perfect weather, perfect trim grass, beautiful trees, beautiful buildings. Everything's new. They're upgrading everything to be modern. This world ain't going nowhere. We've done way too much here. So yeah, I love that, and I've learned that. Is just enjoy that walk. I get out and I walk now and enjoy it. I think I look better. Let's see, I think I look better on that one than this one. So I'm kind of looking forward because that's a better camera. That's my iPhone. So I didn't realize, yeah, that's way better. Jeez. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out because I think I'm gonna do better videos. Oh yeah, that one doesn't skip like this one either. This one has skip problems. I've noticed. I noticed that when I watch it on my TV. So anyway, um, that's why I started the YouTube channel thing was to was to enjoy the walk of building these books. Like I said, I've had books in my head since college. I got through my science classes writing children's science books for my professor. And I did so with the help of an art student who was also in the science class who didn't know science for shit. And I did the writing, the poetry, and she created illustrations. And it was bitching. It was like an 8-page book about Adam the Atom. And it was really, hey, it got me a B in the class, dude. And I had like a 52 average on my testing. I don't think I passed actually physically with a D on any of the tests, but somehow I got a B minus in the class. So take it. Yeah. So those have always been in my head from there. That was the inspiration for this thing, and I always meant to do it all my life. But you're busy. You're raising kids. You got hobbies. You got sports on the weekends. You got things to do. Last thing I had time to do is sit down, and then you got to find an illustrator. Which at this point in life, I'm not real hip on the illustration people. I don't know who's who and what's what. So I just kind of put it in the back, but I always had it in my head. I kept it there. It just stayed there. And it was always once in a while it'd bubble up and I'd think, God, I just think I'm gonna go do Dr. Seuss books now again. And I think that hard times and stuff, that's my escape. I'm just gonna go do Dr. Seuss books. So um I decided this is it, man. I'm going to do it because of AI and the simplicity of it. Now, keep in mind, I don't like and what I don't want to do, and you're going to see this a lot with AI, and I don't think it's right personally, but I'm old school, and I guess it's cooperating with you, but basically you're just taking other people's shit. If you type in AI, give me a kid's story, title that I can give it the title, I can give it the subject line, like I want it to be about honesty, make the two kids 3 and 5 years old in a surf environment. And it'll write me a 12, 15-page story. It'll be text and it'll say illustration below it. And it'll give me the text, so it'll give me what they're saying, and it'll tell me what the illustrations are gonna look like. That is to me cheating because I've copyrighted this. AI is awesome at doing the legals. It created all the paperwork, so I sent it in to the copyright people. That's free. I just had to do some stuff to get the free services. But you said the one thing good about being poor when you're starting at zero, people are willing to help you out. There's programs that will help people out if they're willing to search them out. And that's another lesson of my channel is the fact that you can start from nothing. I'm starting from homeless, dude. I'm in a homeless. This is a homeless shelter right here. It's a studio apartment with 400 other studio apartments. Nobody gets along. Everybody destroys stuff, and nothing ever works. But it's a blessing. Thank you, God, because I tell you, man, when I came out of that hospital 4 years ago, 3 years ago now, 3 years ago on February 1st, so 2 days ago. So I've been here exactly 3 years. I was not functional, specifically to go be a street person. I couldn't go live on the streets. And like I told you before, we were called the elite homeless. I mean, I take that as a compliment because we didn't make it look bad. I know it was a shitty situation, but no matter how shitty the situation is, you figure a way to make it enjoyable. Like we played cards, we had games, just word games, where we call it association, where you had to say a word and then associate. The next guy had to associate it, and people could know, they could vote no, but it was awesome, and it kept our minds sharp, kept us going. As we sat there and drank vodka all night, it kept our brains working a little bit, enough to get us through that bad phase of our lives. but but Anyway, so that's another thing that I include in what we're doing here and what my conversations are about is just the struggles that get you where you got, and now getting out of them is one factor here. The other is you can start from nothing. You can already have your home and your retirement, and everything's coming in, but you decide I want to jump. I want to just do something. Go on a van life trip or start a YouTube channel, some crazy thing like that. Because trust me, I think of myself, why the hell would I even do this? Because who's gonna watch? Who really is gonna watch this thing? Well, let's figure worst case scenario. Someday maybe my grandkids will look it up. My grandpa had a channel. Let's see what he's doing in that old YouTube thing, kind of like our AOL. This will be like that to them, like oh that old YouTube channel thing. Yeah, but so I'm really enjoying doing this. I've enjoyed doing it with you guys. I'm getting those books together. Now, that's crazy because see, now I might get to a point where I do need to find out and I have looked at buy me a cup of coffee. It's a way that I can get donations on this thing. And right now, what I'm going to start doing, I guess, is I want to, like I said, I'm getting it figured out more so I can do things. But I want to show you running the business because you guys are here with me doing this. And you started this with me. Now we're only a month into it. What have we done thus far? Well, we've gone from a broken computer to an iPhone to audio, upgraded our capabilities at $45 a month. Not bad for the needs that we have at this point in time. And really, specifically, there is no further need unless they start raising, which they will. You know how that works. It's like cable problem. They're going to raise the rates. But right now, for $45, I can do all the work plus that I'm not even doing yet. Like that includes the AI, the ChatGPT. It covers all the legal stuff, covers all the help me with the marketing ideas, which it was the one that gave me the YouTube. So go try YouTube, market your book sales, and I like doing that. And then I like also the fact of yeah, maybe I could get a following. I'd like to have a call-in show, man, where we can talk. Let's talk. I got to get, oh, and I've got to beg you guys, please, 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 if anybody's listening, please make sure you subscribe. I need subscribers. I have to have 50 subscribers to do the live show that I wanted to do over the Konos. So I really want to get that going because that'll be a daily show 5 days a week, 1 hour, 2 hours in the morning, probably like 8 to 9 in the morning, and it'll be a live feed. But they can't let me do the live feed till I get 50 of you guys to subscribe. So please help. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, please, please. I've been standing for the store and do that. Please tell a neighbor, help me out, man. I'm poor. I don't need change or work for food. I just need a like. I need you to like me. Oh God. So and what I was talking about that for is because I think in my opinion is that the best option for these book sales as a business decision is going to be to take it direct to the distributors myself and try to go to some real agents. I got to find literary agents. I'm gonna have to check that out. Who actually buys that? Who's the real deal there? Not the fake ones, the binder companies. The ones that are it's ridiculous. And now I'm really starting to get irritated by it because every freaking ad I get is starting to come in from one of those two or three things that I've searched out or I've talked to you about. One of them was something I talked to you about on this channel is now um, advertising to me. And I don't want it. When I want it, I'll go get it. Please stop. It's like sick motivation, it almost makes me feel guilty for not taking care of it. So anyway, um, so I think the best option is to go directly to the real distributors, the people that for instance, you've got the NEA, National Education Association. They buy huge amounts of books at one time for various reasons. Charities, religious groups, where you can sell them to at the religion. Also, the thing about this AI, and I'm looking into adding this, but this is where now, so this is where already going from a homeless guy in a homeless shelter on a fixed income, which is only basically $60 a month for this thing to make this business go. And even that is, I was hoping I didn't have to pay, but okay, for $60 a month, we'll get this thing started and going. We'll do that. But with that, I'm already going to be at a point here soon where I'm going to have to hire someone to build the books, to make the books, to do the orders that we're going to have, because we'll have custom ordered books, and we'll be able to. You can print them. You can get the equipment. At that point, we just get our own equipment and print our own. Because those books are $200, $300, $400. I mean, they're custom to the kid's story, his life. It's almost like a baby book turned into a cartoon book that goes a whole year of their life, and it's basically co-written with their family. They do that. It's going to be on a web. I can see the whole thing, and it's not even my idea. They did it with Custom Kids that I worked at. It was a computer program where you could drop the kids' names into songs, and they had it sort of in the books, but you couldn't tell the whole story. You just drop the name in, like Davey was helping Santa Claus type of thing, but that was it. So this is way more custom. I mean, it can literally be with the pictures of the first year of life put into a stored bitchin' book, and you can sell that shit all day long. I know, especially the moms. New moms are suckers, man. Especially the guilty ones, about 1, 2 years old. You know what? Where they've long since abandoned the baby book, and it was great for like 6, 7, 8 months, even a year. First year, they were always completed, right? But then after a year and a half, 2 years, it just drifted away into the closet somewhere. We find it later. Go, oh, we got to catch this up. And sometimes you'd actually do some stuff on it. And that was, I can't remember what we called it. It was like, oh, I don't know. It was a weird thing that was going through the neighborhood where you bring people over your house and you trim little cardboard pieces and do them on pictures. And I can't even remember what it was called, but it was a thing, man. If you remember that thing, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I just think it's going to be far better to do it that way, as far as reaching out to, because there's really only so many people um, that we want to hit, that we want this to go to. Keeping in mind that the basis of the books is children's self-esteem, children's basic courtesies. Thank you, yes, no, thank you. Um, we don't use the word hate. This normal stuff you should be teaching your kids. Everybody, I don't care what religion, color, any of that crap. You should teach your children. Need to know that to help out and get along in society with each other. So that's what the books are about. And then there's a final book coming that's going to be. This is the Jay and Gray series that you're looking at here. This is the Adventures of Jay and Gray, Jason and Gray, Grayson, my grandsons. So there's also going to be a cartoon series that goes, because I'm going to be messing with that this weekend. Taking those books and putting them into a animation through the help of AI. Oh, and I was telling you that because, like, with the books, I'm sorry, I lost track. I copyrighted this, so I write the text. Those are the words on the books are my story that I wrote. I didn't write that. Number two, so it's custom. Number two, the illustrations are my text to illustration instructions, not theirs to me. I don't want theirs. I'm going to tell them what I see. Okay. Because these are all based on mostly experience stuff that's happened, questions that have been asked by kids, things that I've watched other kids talk about, things that I talked about with my friends when I was kids and my little brother. They're just good friends, brothers on adventures in Southern California, kind of like I grew up. So I have experience with that part. Me and my little brother wandered around little Groms, having a great time. And now my grandkids unfortunately, my kids weren't close like that. They're a boy and a girl too, and 10 years apart. So yeah, they didn't have that brother sister bond like this. So anyway, um, I do the writing on it and all the illustration description because it's mine. If you leave it to the and I still have noticed, especially on ChatGPT, there's a lot of overlap. Like I've seen people do other stories that it looks like they have my characters in them, and that shouldn't even be because I'm using the pictures from my grandchildren themselves and from myself because Grandpa's in there as well once in a while. I'm the wise old owl. So yeah, and so the images come too close to each other. It's not custom enough. So basically, that's why I've got open art. Is I'm going to try to redo these books a little bit so they're a little bit sharper and distinctive to my grandsons and less likely to be able to be copied exactly. And that's through prompting. First, you got to give them the photographs of the two boys, get them to do that, and then prompt the basis of what basically it made if you're happy with it. That way you slide that master prompt into everything you do from there on, and you don't have to worry about changing. It helps eliminate that. Now, from what I understand, OpenArt is the newest or latest bot, so it has the ability. It's better at that, which it needs to be because ChatGPT sucks shit at that. It just changes the characters. You can't write if you write 10-page book and get all 10 of them not to have any variants, you're a master. Because I've done it damn well close. There's one flaw on one page where instead of Grandpa surfing on the board on the waves with the boys, Grandpa's standing on the wave with the board under his arm, and the boys are surfing beneath him. Ugh, close enough. I went with it. I mean, that was hours of frustration. And then for me, like you have to take the stuff from AI, save it, and then move it over. And the problem is, while you're doing the AI stuff, sometimes you might have page 9, and then you go page 10, but page 8 just came up. So page 8 doesn't show up. So it's out of order. It falls down to out of order. So now when you're doing your stuff, you have to rewrite, you have to redo the whole thing, put them in here, and then you have, it's, trust me, for me, I know if there's computer dudes out there just whip this stuff out, but no, I'm not that guy. It's a long, frustrating battle, but it's okay because I try to write 2 a day. I've got them written. My illustrations are starting. I'm going to start with the new illustration type and see which ones come better and which ones become more consistent, and maybe even tie the two chats together. Because what I am learning, they're doing that. That's kind of the way things really progress fast. Is you tie chats to chats to chats, and then you got like AI is doing all the legal side of stuff, and it's working in cooperation with this guy over here, which is the graphic artist guy, to make sure the copyrights are met by the legal guy. And yeah, you can. This is nuts. So the AI is definitely cool. It's helping me get stuff done, but and with the art, it's a master. And like I said, I give it the prompts. I told it I want Jane Grey standing on the surf of Pacific Beach, California. You can tell it that, and it'll give you Pacific Beach. I love that. All of a sudden there's Crystal Pier. I didn't tell anything about Crystal Pier. I just said Pacific Beach, California, and it gave me the number one thing that people that go to the beach in Pacific Beach, California, know about the Crystal Pier, the pier with hotels on it. So anyway, um, yeah, so it's going to work well for that. Then it'll also take those drawings and turn them into animation. That's the next thing. Now we get YouTube animation, and that helps monetization and advertising. Those things were created by the AI. I'm just following through them, and like I said, it's hard for me because I'm not. That's not my thing. I'm a marketer, but I'm a hardcore marketer. Knock on doors. Hey, can I give you a bid for your house? I work like that, and I get a lot of work because I'm just there to talk to people. And I like talking to people. Forget these things, man. If you buy a book from me, you can call me and talk to me about it if you have a problem. I'm not going to talk to my AI bot. That's no good. So anyway, we're going to see how this works because I'm moving about all so much. But anyway, so the books are going good. I'm real stoked about getting them. Now, I'm not going to print them because, like I said, that's why I brought this up. See, God, brain, come on, brain. Sometimes it clicks back in. Oh yeah, I bought. See, now I probably forgot it again. Just being a smartass. No, I brought this up because I'm going to show the community what I'm doing, and I'm going to ask for help and donations or references or comps or anything trades. I can go do this for these guys, and they'll print 20 books for me. That's what I'm going to need to do next because I really believe I'm going to need hard copies to do show and tell, and then use Zoom meetings and things like that to close these deals, which might be cool because I can film the Zoom meetings with their permission, and you guys can listen and see kind of negotiating these deals. Because, like I said, there's organizations. A good example: Melania Trump has just started, or not started, but just reinitiated the Be Best Me program, which is ironically funny because I called mine the Be Best Me Media. Be Best Me Family Media Company was what I call my media corporation. This is going to be umbrellaed under for tax reasons down the road. I do know a little bit of what I'm doing for a surfer dude, but and a homeless dude. But yeah, we just got to get it done. But I'm gonna put that out there, and see if people will do that, because I'm going to get the pricing on that thing. And I think, initially they're going to be $3-4 a book or something like that. But I know when we get rolling and I'm making the numbers, then the numbers come on PO. That's it. After I do these sample books, the numbers come on PO. Now, worst case, I'll get a price that I can't handle all myself, and I'll come to the community. Simple. Because we want to get this rolling. The other thing is the cartoons are going to come right out, because I'm already ready to start feeding the books, the pages that I've already created, into the animator and beginning the animation version of basically what the book is. And that'll do really well for advertising, both for the book sales, because I'll always I'll book in those I'll book in those animated books with books. Yeah, because really one of the big points that I'm going to issue, and one of the real things that is important on this, is that the books are tactile, and it's important that God, we just get the screens out of these kids' hands for a little while. I know, but let's replace them. It's like if they got to suck on they want their binky and they're too old. What do? You give them something else to suck on, a straw, or they suck on their thumb or whatever. But I think putting something else in their hands other than a freaking game board or a video screen would be so helpful, just to open and smell a new book. I mean, God, sounds weird, but because I don't like reading, I hate books and shit. I don't do that. I was just not a study guy. I have ADD. I can't read well. But I always loved it. We opened up and a new book smelled good. It was clean and crisp. I was actually, when I bought this stuff, the audio stuff, I was over at Home Depot, and I'll be dang, there's freaking Dr. Seuss whole thing of Dr. Seuss books. I'm looking at, I forgot how they smell, how they feel. Just having a book in your hand. I think that's important. You know, Take 5 minutes to read to your kids is also important, and that's a huge part of what we're going to do in pushing this thing. And see, these are the marketing concepts I'm going with. Tactile for kids, teach them good manners, teach them good community lessons, just moral common sense for everybody. Not avoid the politics. Just get out of that stuff, man. We don't need to be programming our children. Let's just teach them to be decent humans. Program them that way. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Let's go backwards a little bit. Progressive's good, but sometimes we progress too fast, too far, and we forget our manners. And that's what's happened. We just have no manners because we're not used to dealing with each other anymore. We're so in different worlds, which is a huge thing for me with this thing is being able to connect with other people, hopefully in the long run, and just share your life, man. Because I'm not married, don't have kids to talk to. I'm used to coming home at night and saying, hey, today was this great. I accomplished this today, and being proud. Now, I talk to my dog, and I can tell he appreciates it. Monkey's a great dog, but just don't, you need that human touch, that human response without too much closity and relationship. Because, I'm divorced twice. I've gone through it. Relationships are great. And I've got beautiful children from my relationships and good relationships with my ex-wives for the most part. No animosity at all. But I'm done having relationships. For me, that was great. It was a time in my life I wanted that. I needed that. This is more, I don't want to be in my alone time. I'm not into that. That's where I guess I ran into oops, I kind of pushed it a little too far. Especially because when I was in the street for 10 years, people don't come up and become, friends and buddies. So you drag over. And people that you meet in jail or in prison, you don't bring those people to your house either. You just don't. When you leave those situations behind, you really do want to leave them behind. You hope you never have to go back, which is why that, for me, is a huge tragedy at this very moment in time, because this thing could fall apart. It's happening around me. For some reason, I feel like I'm standing in a rainstorm and I'm not getting wet. I don't have an umbrella. I'm just, for some reason, the rain's missing me. I'll take it for right now. But worst case scenario, this equipment will be on the beach with me, and we'll be doing it from there. That's why I want to go do it from the beach, just to kind of get used to doing it down there and what it's going to take, while I have time to adjust and make different options if I need to. I think eventually getting just a camera rather than my laptop. And like I said, this equipment is a homeless man's equipment, dude. I got this thing out of a freaking trash can. Seriously. Had my friend look it over and he said it was good, and here we are. Decided to start a YouTube channel with my trash can freaking HP computer, desktop, or laptop. It's beautiful. I really do like it. So anyway, now we've got the iPhone coming up. See, we're coming up. That's all just credit stuff. we'll go with it. It'll work. And we're starting with. I was watching the other guys that do this for a living, and all their advice. And basically, they said one thing: be yourself. Well, the good news for everyone watching this channel, I don't know anything else but to be myself. So you're always going to get that from me. Um, I'm not a, I'm not ashamed of where I've been or what happened in my life. I made bad choices as a kid. Ended up doing prison time. Ended up doing rehabs. Almost died. Drank myself to almost death. Was an alcoholic for 35 years. Heavy, but good at hiding it. Worked my way to almost my death, and then decided now here I am alive. Shit, let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we saw along the way. My God, just to get to 60, it's an amazing accomplishment, really, in my mind. From what we grew up in and what we've seen and what's happening around us, even at this point in time, is amazing that we're here. So I'm digging it, and I want to dig it with you. So let's hang together. I'm going to keep these pumping out. Um, like I said, I want to do this one. Eventually, I'd like to do a live version where we can actually call each other, or even do just cell phone calls. I can schedule them, and we could be on the cell phone on this thing. That wouldn't be cool because it'd take all the fun away of the live. So help me get to the live, you guys. I got to have 50 subscribers to do the live channel, and then I can do a live channel in the morning, and we just do call-ins because that's what I want to do. So I can be able to talk to people. It's cool to talk because I'm imagining in my old broken brain that there's a bunch of audience out there, and I'm on a stage, and we're talking to each other. I'm going back and forth. This is cool. Now I got to see if I can download. See, the trick is I got to see if I can download that, but I'm going to stop it, and then I got to make another one outside, and then I'm going to come back and see if I can download them and put them onto a thing. But this should be going up right now. So anyway, I love y'all. Peace.